Hi, and welcome to Your City, Your Issues. I'm your host, Laura Nickerson. I'm here at the Calabasas Relay for Life, an event that works in tandem with the American Cancer Society, and it's impossible to describe the heartfelt community feeling here at A.E. Wright Middle School. The purpose of this event is to honor survivors, remember those we have lost to cancer, and to raise funds and awareness to find a cure for cancer forever. One of the most memorable parts of the event is the Survivors Lap, where those who have beaten cancer and won take to the track for the first lap of the day. In May 1985, Dr. Gordy Klatt walked and ran for 24 hours around a track in Tacoma, Washington, ultimately raising $27,000 to help the American Cancer Society fight the nation's biggest health concern, cancer. A year later, 340 supporters joined the overnight event. Since those first steps, the Relay for Life movement has grown into a worldwide phenomenon, raising more than $4 billion to fight cancer. The first event is to have the opening ceremonies, and the crowd is here gathering to share their stories of hope and inspiration.
I was completely incapacitated. I have learned how lucky I am. Believe it or not, I look back fondly on those days. I have never felt so much love. Today, 1 year later, I am here to say, and here being the operative word, that I have finished 5.5 months of chemo, during which I continued to work. I don't even know how I did that.
I am a cancer survivor. I stood up here last year in front of you and I talked to you about the fact that I was a 13-year survivor. This year, I'm 14 years survivor.
David Shapiro, Mayor Pro Tem here in the city of Calabasas, is got a very personal connection to the Relay for Life. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I'm here for a number of reasons, and we've all lost people close to us, friends, family, due to this dreaded disease. We're all touched by it. Going back to my college days, I lost one of my best friends at a very young age. In the past year, actually, my mother-in-law was diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer called glioblastoma, and she passed away 6 months today. And her family, all the family is going to be here tonight in the Limon area honoring her, and that was a very tough year. And in January, my uncle, who was kind enough and wonderful enough to swear me in at the ceremony for city council this year, was diagnosed and given a very short time frame to live as well. So I'm here in honor of my mother-in-law, Sandy Nelson, and also my uncle, celebrating his fight, Marvin Shapiro, and also celebrating a young boy who is 11 years old, going into 6th grade at A.C. Stell Middle School, named Matthew Alvarez. And he's an amazing kid. He's had leukemia. He had about 3 years of straight chemotherapy treatments. He unfortunately is not able to be here today because he continues his fight, and is having a rough go with it. His dad, Jose, who many people know in the community, sent his best prayers and thanks to everyone to keep their prayers and thoughts open for him.
Well, it's great to have you and the council members here supporting the Relay for Life, showing how we support the cause here in the city. What are you hoping comes out of this event?
Well, the biggest thing is awareness and raising money. Obviously, raising money for the goal is to find cures for each of the cancers. But at this year is so much greater than last year as far as the number of teams, the amount of money we're going to raise. It's important, and the greatest thing I see here is there's a strong showing by schools, by the kids, by teenagers who will keep this going for years to come. It's important to them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here.
Mayor Fred Gaines is here celebrating the event. Mayor Gaines, what do you think of the general vibe and feeling of this event today?
Oh, it's just fantastic. You know, we do a lot of great things in the city, but maybe nothing more important than coming out and supporting this cause and working to try and end cancer in our lifetimes. And so many of our citizens, from children all the way up to seniors, are out here today. The survivor stories are incredible, and we're raising a lot of money, over $100,000 for cancer research. So it's a very important day for the city of Calabasas.
Now, the city is one of the sponsors of the event, so what was the thought process behind that?
Well, it bubbled up from our employees and our city volunteers, our city commissioners, and the city council members said this is something that we really want to do. And a lot of our city employees really help run our team. Our team has been one of the top fundraising teams for many, many years, and all run by our city staff on the volunteer time, headed by Robert Yalda and Maureen Tamori and many, many others of our city staff. So it really came a lot from them, and we're so thankful for that.
Now, the subject matter here is very serious, but the people in the crowd are having a lot of fun. Are you hoping to maintain a fun atmosphere throughout the course of the night?
Absolutely, it's a blast out here. If you've ever been out here, the music, people are dancing, all kinds of gifts and giveaways and contests and games. That's why it's such a popular event. It's because it's so much fun, and then again another incredibly gorgeous Calabasas weekend. So it's fun for everyone, and if you haven't been out here in the past, you got to make sure next year you join us.
I saw you busting a couple of moves out there too.
I like to move with the groove, so we're going to be doing some dancing all night long here.
We'll have to catch that. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Laura.
The survivors are a big part of this event, so I'm here with a few of them who've just gone through the survivors lap. Can you tell me the symbolism of the purple shirts?
The purple shirts are for people who are survived and surviving cancer, and it's to distinguish to the people that we have gone through cancer and that we're here and we're fighting and we're all good.
Now, does being here give you a sense of community?
Yes, it definitely gives us a sense of community, realize we're not alone.
Do you feel a lot of support out here with your friends and family coming out to raise funds for the American Cancer Society?
Yes, we do. It's tremendous. It's amazing, the support here today.
What about when you go through the struggle and surviving cancer, what kind of life lessons have you learned from that, and how can you pass those along?
You shouldn't sweat the small stuff. That's really the biggest lesson in all of it, and appreciate every moment that you have with your family, with your health.
Now, do you think that an event like this gives a lot more education and awareness out there?
Absolutely, it does.
Great. Well, we're inspired by all of the stories of the people here today, and I appreciate you coming out and chatting with me.
Thank you for being here.
I'm here with Jennifer Bursey. She's the team captain coordinator for this event. What goes into arranging an event like this one?
It takes almost a year in order to get this up and running. It is a process with the planning committee way ahead of time before we even get teams online, and then mentoring our teams and getting everybody fundraising and getting this set up and everything coordinated. It's quite a task.
As the years go by with an event like this, do you get more people coming to you, or are you still having to go out in the community and recruit people?
The community is pretty good about coming to us. We're pretty out there, so everywhere that we go, we talk about Relay. You know, people say, don't you talk about anything else? So, I'm hoping that we get the word out. Unfortunately, only 1 in 100 people know about Relay for Life. So if we even move that marker to 2, we'd have twice as many people here. So that would be fantastic.
You do have a good turnout, though, today. Do you feel confident that you're going to fundraise quite a bit?
I do. There's some really great fundraisers going on. There's a basketball tournament. We have a relay jail. You have to pay to get out and pay to put people in. We've got some phenomenal fundraisers, gift cards, iPods, all sorts of stuff. So I'm pretty confident that we're going to get really close if we don't hit our goal. But we have till August 31st, so I think we'll hit it by then.
And as the night progresses, what kind of a vibe do you feel from the crowd here?
It just stays like this. It stays fun. The energy stays up. It's just all night long. So we'll be up walking it with them.
And are you hoping to further awareness for cancer through an event like this one?
Absolutely. So we do ask the teams to do either a fight back activity or a fundraising activity, or marry those both together. And many of the teams have chosen to do a fight back activity. So we've got some bra pong going on out there. We've got kick cancer. They're doing something with smoking and bean bags and throwing it in the different places that cancer affects, because it's not just your lungs, it's not just your throat. So there is a lot of awareness out here today.
Well, you're doing a great job of putting it together. It looks like a fantastic event.
Thank you so much. We're excited.
This event has brought out the community in an incredible way. Can you tell us a little bit about the booth that you created here?
Well, we wanted to make it summer themed, so it would be very festive and attract a lot of people. And I made this whole thing for my grandmother. I wanted to help her because she just went through cancer. She had breast cancer. She's a survivor twice, and I just wanted to help her.
That's very thoughtful of you. How does that make you feel to have your grandson do all this for you?
Proud of him. You have no idea. For a 13-year-old to have come up with a project like that is amazing.
And tell us how much money has been raised here.
We've raised about $7,000 for Cancer Society, for American Cancer Society.
That's amazing. How has your struggle with cancer affected your family?
Well, they care a lot. They always did, but I think it brought everybody closer. They're very caring, especially this one. He's an amazing young man.
Does it make you feel inspired to see so many survivors here today?
Yeah. Cancer's come a long way, the treatment, and I think that a lot of people have a much better chance of survival today. They really do.
Well, I think you've done an incredible job with this booth. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'm here with Kyle Cooper. She's one of the co-chairs of the event. Tell me, what goes into creating this event?
The community. A lot of community-based work, a lot of volunteers, a lot of people just coming out and wanting to get together for the same cause.
Now, tell me, how much money have you raised so far?
$137,000.
And today you're expecting to raise quite a bit more than that, correct?
Hopefully up to, I think, 164.
Now, what kinds of things can people donate to while they're here?
We have a jail cell that's right there. I don't know if you can see it, where you can actually put somebody in it. You can buy insurance not to go in it, and you can bail somebody out of it. You can get walking around and stop off at everybody's tent and start purchasing things from them. You can do straight donations to the event. There's so many things to purchase and ways to get involved, just to do the donating.
Were the team captains very creative in coming up with ideas for their booths?
We couldn't make this happen without them. They are amazing individuals that are so excited to get involved. They do come up with creative things. If you walk around, you'll see all sorts of different games, different creativities and ways that they brought cancer into those games. It's just amazing, and without them, this would never happen.
Now, tell me just the technical side of this event. When people sign up, they fundraise and then they camp out here and do laps, or how does that work?
Basically what you do is you come at 9 o'clock in the morning, you get your booth and everything set up, you do walking around the track, get involved with the music and the community, get talking to different people, meet the survivors, and then just try and walk for 24 hours. Or if you do have a team, you can set schedules on how often somebody on your team will be walking. So if it's going to be 12 people on your team, maybe you can walk an hour at a time around the clock, as long as there's somebody constantly walking, just remembering why we're here.
Now, do the night hours get long in an event like this one?
The night hours do get really long and really cold. We do a lot of hot chocolate, maybe some chicken soup in the middle of the night, but really that's when we band together and you hear the most incredible stories from some of these people on why they're here. Because as they're at nighttime and they're by themselves and they're reminiscing to some of their own efforts and some of their own, I guess, just really getting through the battle. And that's when you hear it, and that's when you remember, I'm here for them, and without them, this wouldn't happen.
Well, it's an excellent event, and it's so great to have you be so involved with it.
Thank you so much, and we so appreciate you guys, because without you guys spreading the word, it doesn't help the community get involved. So thank you.
So tell me a little bit about your booth.
Well, our booth is breast cancer themed, and because my mom, she was diagnosed with breast cancer about 1.5 years ago, so it's a little bit closer to home for us. So we're just trying to raise as much money as possible, so like no one else has to go through it. But
now you have hair extensions, you have all sorts of things.
For, like, to try to target like the little girls, and they love to get like colorful hairs, and we have face painting and henna tattoos, and there's a bunch of like breast cancer themed everything.
And when you go home and deal with this in your family, how is that for you?
Well, it was hard at first, just like trying to like do as much as I can to help my mom with everything. But she's been really strong and really kept a really positive attitude. So.
Has there been a strong community here in Calabasas to help you out?
Yeah, everyone just like came together and like offered as much help to her as possible, and she was just like really thankful for everything.
And do you feel inspired now to go on and continue the fight against cancer?
Yeah, she was she's my definite hero. She was always really strong, and she was never negative about anything, and she just really inspired me just do my best and to never never give up.
Excellent. Well, it's great to see you here and spreading the word.
Of course.
This event is inspirational, motivational, and a heck of a lot of fun. For more information on the American Cancer Society, visit www.cancer.org. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Your City, Your Issues. I'm your host, Laura Nickerson.
I'm Batman. You're watching CTV.